this is a mock design for one of the dojo suits I'm making for one of my characters, but I just kind of wanted to talk about him. And his name is Hisashi, right? He's a young general that was promoted when he was 18, and he was at the forefront of like thousands of wars and was seen to be a visionary. Hisashi was always kind of seen as one of those characters or one of those people who can see beyond the battlefield, who can kind of see the bigger, like even bigger pictures that people with experience far beyond him couldn't even see. He was like a tactician. Think about like Ribaku in his younger years from Kingdom. Think about ten from Kingdom. Like there's one of those kind of characters, but he was also incredibly powerful. And something I love that I kind of wrote in Hisashi's like character is his abilities. His abilities are to misalign the order of causality. Essentially, that's his left eye, which is Kaonomi, and his right eye is Ingayen. Ingayen is it gives him the ability to kind of mimic or manipulate other people's abilities up to about 50%. So kind of like copy, basically. You can basically copy it up to about 50% of proficiency with it. And what I like about that is because Hisashi's goal essentially is to eliminate the concept of choice, because he lost everything. His entire race was eradicated, and even he was lost through time, and he didn't have a say or a choice in the war that happened. He just he was against it. He never wanted to fight in that war, but was forced to eventually fight against his own comrades to try and stop this war. And the war was stopped by outside forces that he could never even contend with. And what I find that I love about it is that Hisashi tries to do kind of like a similar thing that was done to him. Essentially, he wants to eradicate the concept of choice in all of reality and reshape reality in a way that, or he kind of do a human instrumentality / infinite Tsukuyomi type of thing, where he eliminates every human being's concept or ability to choose, and just they all follow one collective directive, where everyone kind of just operates almost similarly to how they operate in Darling the Franxx, in that little gay community where everyone kind of operates on efficiency and what makes sense. No crime, everything is split equally. Like imagine a high functioning fully socialist society where everything is split and everything is like just set out. We all have our tasks, we all go home, all those kind of things. We all have our families, but the problem with that is that there's no love. There's no ability to choose what you enjoy. There's no ability to choose what you feel. You don't feel sad and you don't grow. That's one thing I love about his character, is that because he's so young and because he suffered these things so young, Hisashi hasn't had the time to grow from these experiences. Because the war happened 3,000 years ago, and he was frozen in time all those 3,000 years until he reawakens. He reawakens as that scorned, angry, depressed 18-year-old general who has only known war. He's only known fighting his whole life. And he's tired of it, but he perpetuates the same cycles that were done to him and tries to strip every single person of that choice to create a world for him where no one forces him to make the choice of going to war. No one forces him to make the choice of killing someone else. No one forces him to do anything. No children are forced to perpetuate the same things that he had to, No one, like, he wants to eradicate all of that. But in the process of doing that, he is also eradicating a core thing that he lost from his life, which was the love of his friends, the love of his family, the love of his sister. He's eradicating all these things, and no one will ever truly be able to feel these things in the world that he creates, because it's a pseudonym world. It's a fake world of nothing. It's like there's no personality, there's no consciousness. Everyone is one, and nothing in the same way, in the same vein, And I kind of like his character because it shows you that almost immaturity and lack of experience and lack of worldview. Because characters like Tokinami or Tokinori, who's against him, say, and like his main rebuttal is that there is this argument of no love in this world, and Hisashi then poses the question to him that in the 3,000 years I was gone, nothing changed. If anything, this world, this race of humanity, they're far worse. They're more depraved. Rape, murder, genocides, all of these things happen. They discriminate each other because of so like I have him say a line that they discriminate each other for the simple fact that they have different skin from one another. They discriminate because of how people are born. In the world I want to create, there will be none of these. Everything is the same. And Tokinori's rebuttal to this is, but Hisashi, what will you have at the end of this? Why would you take away the whole choice? Why would you erase everything and make a world where no one grows, where nothing can happen, where nothing can bloom, where love and peace and all these things cannot truly exist, because no one is truly living. To be alive is to have will, and to extinguish the souls of everyone is to extinguish their choice. You know, I don't know. It's not that deep, but it was just something that like I was going through One Piece, so I get a lot of inspiration from One Piece, and it was just something that I just kind of thought of. I was like, I really like Hisashi's character. I might do a whole series where I talk more about like the characters and dynamics of people from season 3, because it's low-key become my favorite. Initially I hated this season because I felt like I wasn't going deep enough, but I think I just needed to understand my own characters more in order to appreciate what I wrote and what I created, if that makes sense. Let me know if I'm talking nonsense, and if you have any contrasting views to why you think Hisashi is right, or whatever, let me know.